The beautiful house that you see behind me, it belongs to the Kanyongo family. They are not in Zimbabwe right now. It's their project that you are seeing behind me. They are building a house here in Zimbabwe whilst they are in the States. I've never seen a beautiful house like this in my life.
One thing I would want to mention about the Kanyongos is their openness. It's kind of, they are open-minded. They want to share. Even when you look at the boundary wall, look at the other boundary walls in the estate. This is Guildford estate.
Yes.
So some of them, they wanted to close off. They wanted privacy, but the Kanyongos decided to open up for everyone.
Building from the diaspora is it's doable, yes, but it's a challenge.
After working for a long time in the diaspora, I mean, spoiling yourself building a house like this in your country, this is a dream come true. Building a house like this in your own country, it's amazing. What I loved about the Kanyongo family, they've been in America for some time now, but they decided to come back to invest back in their country, Zimbabwe. They could have chosen America. You know, they've been there for some time. They could have built a house there and say, we are going to build a house there. But they decided to come back home. Hello guys, I hope I find you well, and thank you so much for the amazing support, for subscribing and liking my videos. And today, what you see behind me, that's a beautiful house in Zimbabwe. And the owners, the Kanyongo family, they're in America. What has been the process so far?
Yeah, it has been a journey of about 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah. So the first thing which happens when someone wants to engage in a construction project, the first person to contact is the architect.
Wow.
So they contacted me, the Kanyongos.
Yes.
Then the first thing is to ask for a brief from a client, what they expect, what they want to look into.
Yes.
And from an architect point of view, you have to take critical analysis on your client, exactly the character, what they want, and that will inspire the design.
When we are talking about that, is there not a misunderstanding between you and the Kanyongo when you guys were coming up with something like this? What you want versus what they want?
Okay. What exactly inspires an architect's decision?
Yes.
It's just like a doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
The professional will just analyze and tell you that you have a headache, and this is the prescription I'm giving for you. So this is what happens with architects. We have to look at our client, then we talk to them. We get a critical analysis, we go to our site, that inspires the design we are looking at.
Exactly.
So it's not necessarily something they want or something they've seen before. It's like they know that I want 5-bedroom house, I want openness, so now you take that brief and you craft something which is something they will like.
Let's talk about the budget.
Okay.
When you are looking at a big house like this is no small money.
Exactly. I see. The budget exactly on residential.
Yes.
It's not exactly what the quantity surveyor will give you.
Yes.
Why? Because there is a change between the final touches and what the specifications of an architect. A client will say, I want this certain type of a tile, this certain type of a tub. That can change the budget.
Oh, really?
Any variation in design will change the budget. So when we are looking at this, I'll just give approximate of plus or minus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I'll range with the square meter rate.
Yes.
Yeah, this house is about 1,200 square meters.
Yes.
So if you are rating it for superstructure, if we say 200 USD per square meter, so you're saying 200 USD times 1,200 square meters, which will take us up to about 240,000 for superstructure.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's huge. Let's talk about the rooms. How many rooms and how many bathrooms?
Okay. So this masterpiece we are looking at, it is, we are looking at 5 bedrooms.
Okay.
Where on the ground floor we have a total of 4 bedrooms and the master bedroom on top. The other spaces we had to temper around when the client viewed. So now we are looking at 6 bedrooms now.
Oh,
the initial design was 5, now is 6, because we have been playing around some spaces to add some spaces for what the client wanted at the end.
Is it easy to work for someone who is not here in Zimbabwe, who is abroad, when you are doing what you're doing? I mean, if we are to look at the Kanyongo, did they ever come and see what you are doing here, and how many times, and did they like what they saw?
Yeah, it's always a challenge, but with the Kanyongos it has been easy because they've been coming here more often.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I would say after 3 to 4 months, they've been flying back to Zim to check the progress.
Wonderful.
So if we are doing it for someone else, the challenge on management side is when you talk of figures, when there is a variation to say we're looking at this amount of money.
Yes.
Now there's a change in the market prices.
Exactly.
So we now need a certain additional cost. Of course, if you are not around, you have to understand how is it happening, and you need, for management side, you need to explain why we are getting there to a certain figure.
Exactly.
So that is the only challenge.
Later in this video, we're going to have the Kanyongo family explain everything in detail, the challenges they faced and how they managed to get this far.
Taking us through directly into the lounge space. So in the lounge space, this is the double volume where we have a fireplace.
Okay.
So this is now our backdrop wall where we are going to have a TV mount. Another mount is right on top of the fireplace. So it's an open plan concept.
Open plan. Let's talk about open plan. It seems like every house that is being built these days, it's open plan. Why?
Yeah, the thing about open plan concept, one, you reduce more of too much of corners and kinkies in the house. So it's really open throughout some spaces which commonly relate to each other. For example, here we have a kitchen, dining and lounge space. You know very well that when you are in a dining, you have to see or talk to someone in the kitchen.
Exactly.
Something like that. So people are adopting that style because it's user friendly.
And even the material that is being used here is high quality material. Where is the pool area going to be?
The pool is going to be here.
Wow.
Since they have an open-minded concept.
Yes.
Even the swimming pool, it's not that private where you take it to the back.
Yeah. It's in front.
It's presented in front. It's just like a feature on its own when you are walking through the house.
Wonderful.
You see.
You know, you'll be in the pool and then you'll be seeing the road.
Exactly. Stainless steel, glass.
The view, I mean, it's amazing.
Even from the staircase, we want people to enjoy the view.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
So right on the landing spot, we have 2 options here. It's either you're going to the main bedroom or you're going to the spare bedrooms right here on top floor. So this is the double volume. We want people to have a view or to communicate with people in the lounge.
You can even communicate with someone who's here.
You don't need to go down the stairs to say something. Maybe someone in the lounge just quickly.
There's so many glasses.
Yeah. They like glass.
Transparent.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
So this is now a server room.
Yeah. Okay.
For
wow, a server room.
Server room. We just want to have our CCTV, our everything. But all the control system will be here.
It's amazing.
So I think that's critical.
That's my first time in a house where there is a server room. Imagine a server room in a house.
So this is now a pajama lounge connecting to the entertainment deck.
So all of this is the
Entertainment deck. Yeah.
which means I can literally hold a party.
Exactly, can party on top. So we are going to have a canopy. So you can have a look in the bathroom.
Yeah.
The kind of touch we are using. Each and every bathroom has a different finish.
Wow.
A different style of finish. That's what the client wanted.
Yes.
To define every space in a different touch. So you will see what we have on the floor and what we have on the walls.
But in terms of the bathrooms, we've actually made good progress on the. I'm sure, like by the time you watch this video, all the tiling in the bathrooms will be done.
Yeah. So with the kitchen, if you look at the kitchen that I chose, it's not your standard kitchen. So I wanted this blue color that is very difficult to get in Zimbabwe, but we were able to secure it. So they did most of the part, but there's a few other parts, some doors that are still missing, and they're having challenges of finding the actual paint that they did with the rest of the kitchen. So that's probably is our hold up right now, and that's why, you know, things are still not finished. And then the bathrooms, so I am a fan of color. I love color. So each bathroom has its own color and its own theme. You see on the videos, you know, the main bathroom, we have 2 bathrooms upstairs, and we have 3 downstairs, right? 2 en suites and 1 that is a shared bathroom with the other 2 bedrooms. So, you know, also the challenge was to try and get different tiles for each, you know, bathroom, wall tiles, floor tiles. I think the floor tiles are all the same. Is that right?
Yeah, actually, on the top floor is one type, and then on the bottom floor a different type.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but the walls are all different tiling, different colors, and the actual showers also, the floors all different. We're hoping that, you know, the next time we step foot in Zimbabwe, we'll be able to at least, you know, we'll have a bedroom that we can sleep in.
yeah, that's the goal. And actually, based on the progress we've made, we are targeting that, you know, next time we go to Zimbabwe, that house will be usable.
Yeah, at least a couple of bedrooms, you know, we'll have somewhere to sleep. That's the goal. Landscape's been done, you know, it's a work in progress.
There are some challenges which are associated with, you know, naturally, if you are not on the ground, there are certain things you cannot control, right? You are at the mercy of other people. Of course, we have a very reliable project manager, but still, even him, you know, he faces some challenges as well. And I would say some of the biggest challenges we faced involve like having to chase around contractors, right? Yeah, contractors. Of course, we've had some wonderful contractors along the way during the building process, very, very good people, contractors, but also at the same time, I would say the majority of them we have worked with, they are a challenge, honestly, and that's just the truth. I don't know what it is, but you know, honestly, the way that we see things here in the diaspora and the way that some of these contractors see things, you can tell that they are completely different ways that we view things, right? I mean, what I mean by that is, you know, if I tell you, if I promise you something, for example, if I promise you that I'm going to do this, I have to make sure I do it, right? But in Zimbabwe, it's something which, you know, words do not mean anything, right? They use words loosely. They make these false promises, right? And, you know, you have to keep chasing them. I mean, they promise you one thing and they don't do it, you see? And it has been kind of a consistent theme across most of these contractors. Yeah, they come at the beginning, they sound like they are very faithful, very reliable. They, yes, they give you a quotation. They, of course, require down payment upfront. We understand that. Yes, you need down payment to pay for materials. But once you do that, then, they just do maybe a little bit and they disappear. We came to realize that most of these will be chasing different jobs at the same time. So, we discovered also that, whatever deposit you pay is probably used to go and buy materials at another job. And then they chase that job. And then, you see, so it's kind of, you'll be running in circles. Yes. So that has been the biggest challenge in this whole process, working with contractors. But again, as I said, not all of them, but most of them. Yes, most of them. The work ethics, is just so poor, terrible. I can say that with a kind of some certainty. Yeah, it's a big challenge, right? So, yeah, of course, other challenges have to do with, like, sending money to Zimbabwe. Yes, there are different avenues in which we can send money. Of course, it has worked for us, but costs some. Each time you wire money, you transfer money, there's a fee associated with that. So when you think of a building project, don't just think of how much you are gonna spend on the building project, but these transactions that you make over time, the fees, they add up. So eventually, I tell you, for the past 2.5 years now, the fees, I can't even imagine how much fees we have incurred over those 2.5 years. Okay, yeah. So again, we are gonna have an opportunity to see the house, not yet complete, but as I said, most of the work has been done. It's at a stage now where we feel good. At least we feel like, oh, okay, we can see light at the end of the tunnel.